Hey guys, Pro here, and we're back. It's been about a year. I uh, I wanted to start making shorter videos talking about series I've read pretty much since my last video. The last video I made obviously was about The Rising of the Shield Hero and why it's one of my favorite isekais, but I don't think that video was very good, and I'm, kind of wanting to, you know, delete that video, but I wanted to make a short video about one of my new favorite mangas in Shonen Jump, which if you've read it, it should be your favorite too, and that's Chainsaw Man. This manga is amazing. There's so many people too saying it's amazing. I'm glad I read it probably around a couple weeks ago, probably when it was around chapter I think 83, and I caught up to the whole thing in about 3 days, which for me is pretty fast. Um, I've moved a lot more to the manga side since my last video. I used to pretty much only um, watch animes, and actually, the funny thing about the Shield Hero is it's actually one of the first. It's the first manga I pretty much have ever read, and at that point, it was only at around I think chapter. Don't quote me on this, but I think chapter about 35. And if you don't know, the anime went all the way up to chapter 50. So yeah, I read it pretty long before it came out. I think if it's definitely, I definitely was reading it before, uh, before some of the content in the anime period. The last arc is my favorite arc in the manga, and the anime did not do it justice. But I'm going to be talking more about the Chainsaw Man today. So Chainsaw Man, it's amazing in my opinion. Art is crazy. It's really entertaining. Has great characters, great paneling. There's literally almost no issues. It's about killing demons with chainsaws, and it's actually the first volume of the English, the English volume from Viz Media just came out, I believe, this month in October, and I actually picked it up the day it came out. It's that good of a manga. I was like, I have to have this volume. And I mean, I don't think there's any reason you shouldn't be reading this manga. If you're currently, reading your basic, My Hero Academia's, um, these shonen titles, this is like an adult version of a My Hero Academia. I mean, some of the stuff that's happening in this series is crazy. Like one of the chapters on Viz, you can't read on the Viz app, and the reason is because it is too adult for them to have it on there. Because there's like legit nudity in it. So the only way you can read it is if you go online and read it, because they can't put it on the app. Um, it's kind of some of the absurdness in it. Um, here's some of my favorite characters I put up there. We got Power, starting from the right, we got Power, Rize, and Makima. Power is an amazing character. She's pretty much the secondary female character, and she brings a lot to the table. And Power Gang, I love Power. Uh, Supposedly, I've not read the current chapter that came out earlier today, which is chapter 90, but I heard she was in it, which if you don't know, that makes me happy because of what happens later on if you are not caught up. But then in the middle we have Rize, who is actually waifu, and bro, I was totally like like pairing her and Denji up, and then all the stuff went down, and I was like, no, not not Rize. And then we have probably the greatest antagonist currently in the Shonen Jump. That's Makima, the Control Devil. Um, Spoilers, I guess, if you are not caught up, but you definitely should be caught up with this series if you're watching this video. Um, it's, you know, what should I say? Amazing. And currently there's about 9 volumes out. It's on chapter 90. And, or there's going to be there is going to be 9 volumes out. Currently, English only has 1 volume out. Second volume is going to be coming out on December 1st, so get it. But it's a great series. I'm trying to speculate when the series will end. I'm suspecting probably before chapter 120, because it feels like we're in the end game of the series already. And you know, Denji being one of my favorite characters in the whole series, along with everything that happened with, some of the other devils, like the Control Devil, which is Makima, and the Gun Devil, which is Aki. I'm not too sure how it's gonna go, but this series is complete greatness, greatness, and I feel like this is definitely gonna be the first manga for me to try to get every single volume that comes out, and there's a lot happening in the manga industry, a lot happening in the anime industry, and I'm really hoping this series gets an anime. I'm suspecting the anime will be coming out probably later, probably 2022 is probably, I'm thinking is probably gonna be the year it comes out. So definitely, if this anime is as successful as it seems to be, which I think it said it's sold over 4 million copies, which is insane. That's a lot. That's a lot. I mean, Jujutsu Kaisen, which is people are saying to be the next big shonen title, is I think sold over 8 million, and it just got its anime coming out, and I think this is definitely going to be the next big title. And once this anime comes out, it's definitely, in my opinion, probably going to surpass Jujutsu Kaisen if picked up by a good studio, because that's been the main issue with some anime. But I mean, definitely this series is just complete greatness, and I mean, there's nothing holding it back. I think it's absurd. It reminds me a lot of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's just so much better paced. It's such a great story, so much better of a story, and it's not even about action. It's more about the characters, specifically Makima and Denji. It's more of like a control situation where our main character is being manipulated by Makima, which in the past that hasn't gone over well. For example, the Shield Hero is a great example where people were like, "Wow, that's really bad for them to be like, oh, a woman, you know, did accused the main character of doing something that he didn't do." And I think that could be something that people complain about whenever this gets turned into an anime. But me, I'm going to defend this series with my life. It is amazing, and it definitely has a good perspective. I mean, it's just so adult, and so many people can relate to it. I mean, me, I've actually just started going to college, and I can really align myself up with Denji of being someone who doesn't really understand everything that's happening in the world. And so him being controlled easily is definitely, there, especially when he doesn't have a guidance. And I could definitely see myself in Denji's shoes if I didn't have people around me, there for me. And I completely resonate with all that. I don't want to make this video too long, but I do want to say that if you are not reading Chainsaw Man, definitely read it. It's definitely the greatest manga in my opinion on Shonen Jump currently. I think it definitely can compete with some bigger titles, bigger series. I've read a lot of Shonen Jump series, and I think it's almost better than all of them. It definitely has that JoJo vibe. So yeah. Now that we're done with the video, I want to say this. I have a Twitter now at ProtectorOP. So if you want to follow me there, I usually post maybe 2-3 times a week. Sometimes I don't post at all, but usually we'll talk about series I'm currently reading. Right now, I'm currently reading Black Clover. I'm trying to watch Gintama. I was first trying to read it, but Yeah, Gintama, reading Gintama is, no. That stuff is, wow. I'm trying to also get through Jujutsu Kaisen. Uh, I've caught up with Berserk, which that's something I had not done before, and Berserk's amazing. Also, and I'll probably be making a video on that later on. I've also read Solo Leveling, which is very similar. It's also a great series. Um, what else? Let's see. Gantz. I've read Gantz. Gantz is such a fun series. I actually got the omnibus Tankuban, and it's gonna be coming tomorrow because I love Gantz that much. It is such a fun series. I've read Poon Poon, Goodnight Poon Poon, and I do want to make a video on that because I I have very different views with Poon Poon, which is probably not favorable from most people that I've seen talk about it. But I'm going to save that with another video. And thank you guys for watching. I want to make more videos. This is kind of new for me. So if you have anything you want me to specifically talk about, and just leave it in the comments and I'll talk about it because why not? I really, love reading manga and watching anime, so it's kind of my thing, I guess. Like a lot of people, and I want to make more videos like this. So yeah, if you want to follow me on Twitter at ProtectorOP, you can follow me there, and you definitely send me a DM if you want me to talk about something specific. I'm always cool with that. And yeah, and leave a like, subscribe if you want more, put some stuff in the comments if you want to, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.